I'm Courtney Smith. I provide a strategic role in Kynection as the CEO and founder. And today's presentation I'm hoping to give to you is a presentation around what to look for over the horizon, what digital disruption is going to take place, and how you as a business can transform for success by looking for the early signs and adopting them in an intelligent manner. So most presentations I deliver start with a video that's not me. And the reason why I do this is because I like to validate through substantive demonstrations that what I'm talking about is legitimate. And in this instance, I've searched the internet for what I think is a great high production video that describes the movement and transformational times we're in. I can say honestly that in 2020, we are in a segment of time that is like no other that the planet's ever seen. Compute is growing exponentially, intelligence is growing exponentially in technology, and the reason why is because as compute increases, so does the ability to create ways to compute to be better. And so off to Gerd Leonard, who is a futurist in Europe. I'm going to remove my ugly mug from the presentation, and I hope you enjoy what you're about to see.
Once upon a time, business as usual was often good enough. No more. Where we are going, good enough is dead. In a world where everything is connected, where everything is equally excellent, where performance is reaching perfection, there's only one space left to innovate in: you. Right now, you are a central point in the raging tornado of change fueled by digitization, mobilization, augmentation, disintermediation, automation. Well, the list goes on. Science fiction is becoming science fact. Think about self-driving cars or computers that can learn and think. The way we work will never be the same. The skills we need will be dramatically different. Winning or losing are now happening faster than ever before. So what's your response? How will you discover new opportunities in one of the most transformational times in human history? Are you driving change, or are you being driven by it? Disruption has become the new normal. With change, it's always gradually, then suddenly, well, things really have stopped happening gradually. This change is exponential. Everything that used to be dumb and disconnected is now wired and intelligent. Cars, cities, ports, farms, even our bodies will be wired with sensors and will talk to each other. These game changers are also combinatorial. They amplify each other, creating a perfect storm of change. Quantum computing fuels big data. The Internet of Things fuels artificial intelligence and deep learning, which fuels robotics. However, anything that cannot be digitized or automated will become extremely valuable. Human-only traits such as creativity, imagination, intuition, emotion, and ethics will be even more important in the future, because machines are very good at simulating, but not at being. Yes, robots and software will do some of our work, but this will allow us to focus on things that cannot be automated. To imagine change squared, you've got to start engaging more with what might be, not just with what is. Immerse yourself in the immediate future, 5 to 7 years out from today. We need to go beyond technology and data to reach human insights and wisdom. Technology represents the how of change, but humans represent the why. The future is about holistic business model. The opportunity is to be liquid, to learn just in time, not just in case, not single improvements, but complete transformations, not individual systems, but new ecosystems.
Okay, so I hope you gather a little bit from that the world we live in is moving fast. Where we will go now is determined by how we adopt the technologies and the changes and deal with the changes that come forward. There's a great saying, and Peter Drucker, a management consultant, best described it to me. The best way to predict the future is to create it. And at Kynection, I think we're trying to create the future for our clients and our partners. We see what is coming, and we try and make sure that we deliver in a package that is consumable. We like to be the advisor, I'll call it the CTO, for organisations that don't have the depth of understanding of technology. And we like to work closely in defining out what's your square box. It's very easy to try and pick things off the shelf and try and make them work within your business, but it's a whole different story when you've got a business that's successful to suddenly have technology thrown in that doesn't work within the systems and the operations in which you deliver your day-to-day. So the things that allow you to do this is you don't want to get lost in being who you are. You want to preserve that essence of your business, but you want to ensure that you take the value propositions that come up as they arrive in the future. Prediction is a fool's errand, and the future is essentially opaque and unknown. But if you can get on the journey of understanding what's coming and adopt into your business models, you can be at the front, not behind. So, going out to marketplace, who's saying what? Really, at the end of the day, and so I'm trying to make sure I'm in between. Don't ever let perfect get in the way of being better. The catalysts of disruption from McKinsey, KPMG, Deloitte are all fairly much the same. I've blended a couple here, but ultimately they drop into a few categories, between 5 and 8 categories. I believe the categories today that you need to think about include edge, which is computing outside traditional environments like data centers and having external parties doing things for you that are outside your business. IoT, the Internet of Things, that's a world where they're talking billions, 22 billion devices connected by 2025. AI, artificial intelligence and machine learning work hand in hand. We have a world where the computers got so vast that we can throw algorithms to look at data sets that are in the billions of lines. What they can see is things that humans cannot see. And so when you blend all of these things, huge amounts of data, computing at the edge where decisions can be made in real time as opposed to waiting, this is an explosive area of the market. Bottom-up adoption, I'm a strong believer in bottom-up adoption. This is a concept where you need to empower the users at the ground. The ground knows a lot about technology. They're living, breathing it. Some people that are driving your trucks, that are working with your excavators, that are site managing your business, delivering your jobs, whatever that may be, these are guys that are working, or girls, of course, that are working in a world that is technology-enabled now. They live and breathe technology. They know it. There's no excuses anymore, and they're often seeing things that you can't see. Hyper-automation is where we have the ability to embed systems in our business that changes the way in which our business operates. We can automate through things like robotics, but ultimately it's about making sure you have a connection between the systems, your people, and your technology to ensure you get the best outcomes in your business. Distributed cloud links closely to edge. That's where we have multiple locations of data storage. That's only extending with things like software as a service, and certainly where we're starting to see edge devices being able to also compute and store. Bandwidth everywhere, 5G being pushed by Telstra, by everyone, blocked by others. At the end of the day, it's the experience that matters. And when you deliver experience and you deliver it quickly, through mechanisms that allow you to do it anywhere and everywhere, you will start to change the way in which you engage. And that bleeds into multi-experience. And multi-experience is really simple. I've got a watch I can engage with, which takes a measure of my heart, which links to a fitness application, which links to my doctor. Obviously, I can use the watch to do a man down scenario. I can use a VR headset to train. It's this concept that humans are starting to look to lots of different places to find their engagement. So on to the big ticket items, the ones I think we can talk to today. I was going to talk to two, and the first one is Edge, IoT, AI, and machine learning. What I want to make sure and clear here is, per the presentation earlier, is that there is always a requirement for the human. There is creativity and things of the conscious mind that a computer can't deliver. And so we need to be clear that we're not trying to displace or replace, we are trying to harmonise with. And so we need to think about how we can add automation and processes in our business to create what we call the intelligent digital twin. And the intelligent digital twin is literally, what can a human do in their best form, and what can the computer do in their best form? And let's marry those together so when they're doing their job, they are the perfect form. Intelligent BPMS, so that's business process management systems. We would like to classify our business as one of those technologies that enables intelligent BPMS. AI and machine learning, we're playing with that at the moment in areas of bots and feedback loops to clients, and certainly in reporting layers because we trap a lot of data. In this hugely connected world where we have so much choice, and the challenge with choice is, what do you sift through to get your outcomes? Statements that, that 50% of all enterprise data will be outside of the enterprise are a crazy statement to consider if you're a business that's worried about the way in which you operate today. So we're going to talk quickly, and I'm going to take you through a journey of one of the little projects we're undertaking at the moment, which I'm leading, and that is the ability to, at edge, create a technology that adds value to the business. Telematics is where we came from, GPS tracking, as you would know, but ultimately right here, right now, we're playing with technology that can compute unbelievable amounts of visual data on the fly inside your vehicle and provide you insights that are intelligent and articulated, because the AI engines that run on these cameras can determine things your eyes can't see, and often will determine things that are needed back in the base to improve things like training, accident investigation, near misses, etc. They're blended with ADAS, Advanced Driver Assist, which is seen in the highest quality vehicles now, and DMS, driver monitoring systems, enabling you to understand fatigue and distraction and things like that in the vehicle. Here's an example which I put together of myself. This is a very simple example, and I'd like you to have a quick look. So in this example here, we have a drive undertaken by myself. There's a construction zone, and it's a 40 zone. And in this instance, the camera has picked up it's a 40 zone and registered with GPS that I'm actually traveling outside the speed limit. So in this example here, it's a very, very simple example, but it shows the power. You get to visualize what happened in the environment, you get to know why it happened, and then you get to assess on how you react to what happened. You can't do that with existing GPS and tracking systems, and you can't do that with static cameras. To take that a little bit further, we allow now the ability to look at a whole trip. What I love about this example is that humans can absorb a trip in absolute detail in what we call rapid frames. And in this instance, I've asked for that trip to be downloaded in a fast 8-second clip, and that's taken all of that information and pulled it into a compressed view. Very, very good for reviewing if there was incidents or issues leading up to an accident or something that was done out in the field that you need to investigate. After talking about that little disruptive piece of technology, and that's coming in our suite into the new year, I like to talk about bottom-up adoption. This is really, really close to my home because of the way in which we've built our business off this approach. The key to bottom-up adoption is that you need to consider now that the end user, the person in the seat, knows as much about technology and perhaps even more about technology than the management teams driving those outcomes in the seat. So what we're saying here is we need to think about the flip of the pyramid. Hierarchical, from bottom workers to top management. We need to think about allowing the bottom to be in the decision-making process and assisting. To do that, we need to think about how we guide, not control outcomes in our businesses. And I love this little statement on the left down here, that bottom-up ideas may take time to form, storm, norm, and eventually perform because they have extreme buy-in and ownership at the level you want, at the level where the work is actually done. So make sure you provide tools for learning and collaboration. Ensure that you guide and don't control, and start lean and iterate. Not every idea will be good, but the ones that do come up, those gems or diamonds, so to speak, they're the ones that will make a change in your business that works for your business. It's important you understand that you empower, and that through that cycle, with the right technology, and I'd like to think that Kynection through Kim and intelligent cameras and GPS and all the things that we offer our customers, particularly the fact that we can drive the data to the decision maker, whether that be in our application or third-party applications, allows for things to happen at the ground that would never happen in paper or systems that are disaggregated or don't work together. Again, I would like to reinforce that we endorse by management, we accelerate and empower the users. I've implemented a little thing called the Champions Project to empower our teams to deliver results for my business. I like to think that in our business, we eat the dog food and drink the champagne like we expect our customers to. I'd like to thank you all for listening to me today. It's a whirlwind and it's a lot to consume, but ultimately, don't forget that technology shouldn't be something you're afraid of. With the right influences and the right people in your world, it should be something that you can engage with that'll add huge value to your business.